Welcome back to the channel, and today we're talking about something every man needs to understand if he wants to level up his life. What does it really mean to be a high-value man? Because let's be honest, a lot of people throw that phrase around, but very few actually live it. And no, it's not just about how much money you make, the car you drive, or how good you look in a suit. Being high value is deeper than that. It's how you carry yourself. It's your energy. It's the quiet confidence you walk with, the discipline you move with, and the boundaries you live by. Most men try to prove their worth outwardly. But the truth is, your true power comes from within. So today, I'm breaking down 7 subtle but undeniable signs that you're already operating on a higher level, even if you don't fully see it yet. These aren't surface-level tips. This is the blueprint most men never get taught. If you're ready to become the kind of man others respect, admire, and want to follow, let's get into it. Sign number 1, you don't chase, you attract. Let's start with one of the most powerful indicators of a high-value man. You don't chase, you attract. You're not constantly reaching for attention. You're not desperate for approval. You're not trying to prove your worth to anyone, because you already know it. High-value men don't chase people. They build themselves so solidly that people naturally come to them. Whether it's in business, dating, or social circles. You move with purpose, not desperation. You're selective. You know your time and energy are valuable, so you don't give them away freely just to feel seen. And here's the key. When you stop chasing, you become rare. And when you're rare, you become magnetic. High-value men don't beg for attention. They command it by presence. If you've ever noticed people trying a little harder to get your attention, if you've seen women lean in more or coworkers try to impress you without you saying much, that's not a coincidence. That's what happens when you carry quiet confidence. That's what happens when your energy speaks louder than your words. You're not out here screaming, "Look at me." You're just out here being a man worth looking at. And that is power. Sign number 2, you have standards. Let's get one thing clear. High-value men don't say yes to everything, because not everything deserves a yes. You've got standards. You've got boundaries. You've got a code you live by. And that code? It doesn't bend just to please people. Whether it's in dating, friendships, business, or even family, you know what you will and won't tolerate. You don't let disrespect slide. You don't compromise your values for temporary comfort. And you're not afraid to walk away from anything or anyone that doesn't align with your vision. That's not arrogance. That's self-respect. Most men fold under pressure, trying to be liked, trying to keep the peace, afraid of rocking the boat. But not you. You don't need to raise your voice. You don't need to prove a point. Your calm no carries more power than most people's desperate yes. And people notice that. They might not say it out loud, but they feel it. They respect it. And deep down they're drawn to it. Because a man with standards is a man who cannot be controlled, manipulated, or taken for granted. That's real strength. That's high value. Sign number 3, you stay calm under pressure. Let's be real for a second. Life doesn't care about your plans. It throws curveballs, chaos, setbacks, sometimes all at once. But here's where high-value men separate themselves from the rest. They don't crumble. They don't react emotionally. They don't spiral. While everyone else is panicking, overthinking, snapping under pressure, you stay centered, grounded, focused. You become the calm in the storm, and people notice. That kind of presence? It's rare. It's magnetic. It's leadership energy. Because when you can hold your frame, no matter what's happening around you, you immediately stand out. Women feel safer around you. Men feel more respect for you. And the world sees you as someone they can trust. You don't let emotions run the show. You respond, not react. And that difference changes everything. Whether it's a tense conversation, a business deal falling apart, or life testing you in private, your ability to stay calm under pressure is a superpower. Anyone can look composed when things are easy. But true confidence is revealed when life gets messy, and you still move like a king. Sign number 4, you're purpose-driven. Let's be clear. A high-value man is never just existing. He's evolving. He's building. He's moving with purpose. You're not drifting through life hoping things fall into place. You're creating your path. You're on a mission. Whether it's building a business, mastering a skill, shaping your body, or simply becoming the best version of yourself, you have direction. And here's what most people don't realize. That direction, that inner fire, gives you a different energy. An energy people can't help but feel when you walk in the room. Because when you're purpose-driven, you don't chase distractions. You don't waste time trying to impress. You're not caught in cheap dopamine loops or living for the weekend. You're building something that matters. And that energy? It's attractive. It's powerful. It's rare. People gravitate toward men with vision because it's inspiring. It's magnetic. It makes them want to rise to your level. You're not just busy, you're intentional. You're not just active, you're aligned. You're not just working, you're building a legacy. And that right there is what separates the average from the extraordinary. Sign number 5. You don't need external validation. Here's a truth that separates high-value men from the rest. You don't need the world to clap for you. You don't need likes, comments, or compliments to feel worthy. You don't need applause to know you're doing something right. Because your validation, it comes from within. While low-value men chase approval, constantly trying to impress others, you move in silence. You don't need to be seen to feel significant. You already know your worth. You already trust your direction. You already respect yourself, with or without the crowd. And here's the irony most people never understand. When you stop needing validation, people start giving it to you. Not because you asked for it, but because they can feel your self-assurance. You're not bragging. You're not showing off. You're not addicted to being noticed. You're just grounded, complete. That kind of energy, that quiet confidence, it's elite. It's rare. It's magnetic. People can't figure out why they respect you. But it's because you don't need them to. You already chose yourself. And that's what makes you stand out, effortlessly. Sign number 6. People naturally respect you. Have you ever noticed how people speak a little more carefully around you? How they listen more intently when you talk, even if you're saying very little? That's not an accident. That's presence. That's respect energy. And here's the difference, you don't have to force it. You don't raise your voice. You don't flex. You don't need to dominate anyone, because your energy already speaks loud. High-value men don't beg for respect. They command it effortlessly. It's in how you walk into a room, how you hold eye contact, how you speak with clarity without over-explaining, how you sit in silence without fidgeting, without needing to prove anything. Because real respect starts internally. When you respect yourself, when you honor your own standards, your own time, your own values, the world mirrors it back to you. People subconsciously pick up on it, and suddenly they treat you differently, not out of fear but out of admiration. It's not intimidation, it's calibration. You've raised your frequency, and the world adjusts accordingly. That's what separates you. That's what makes you stand out. Sign number 7. You're always improving. And finally, one of the most underrated but most powerful signs of a high-value man. You're always evolving. You're never stagnant. Never stuck. Never satisfied with just good enough. You don't chase perfection. You chase progress. Whether it's your mindset, your fitness, your finances, your emotional intelligence, your relationships, you're always sharpening your edge. You read. You reflect. You ask tough questions. You audit your circle. You upgrade your habits. You're not afraid of discomfort. You embrace it because you know that's where growth lives. You don't grow because you're broken. You grow because you respect your potential too much to stay the same. And here's the truth, that mindset alone puts you ahead of 95% of men. Most people plateau, then coast. But you're on a lifelong mission of becoming the best version of yourself. And that's what makes you magnetic. Because when a man is constantly improving, In silence, with discipline, with humility, that energy can't be ignored. Growth is your lifestyle. And that's exactly what makes you high value.